First time cruising out of Miami and feeling a little intimidated? We get it. A giant terminal area in a dense city, to say nothing about the huge airport and numerous options at your disposal. So get ready for a deep dive, detail-rich overview of the whole embarkation process, including Miami airport details, transportation, hotel, and that fateful day you get on your ship. And you get to see what Virgin Embarkation is like, and it's pretty damn cool. I'm Troy, and this is the Port Lowdown. South Florida is the epicenter for cruising, period, serving the industry's #1 market, the Caribbean. Orlando, Fort Lauderdale, and Miami. By passenger volume, they rank top 5 in the world. So you'll have, to put it mildly, lots of company on your way to the ship. So your concerns will likely be ease of getting in, getting around, and time management for the crowds and traffic you might expect. Let's start with your fly-in, with most folks coming in from Miami International Airport or Fort Lauderdale, about an hour north. We covered Fort Lauderdale in a previous video, here's a link, but bottom line, you really don't want a same-day embarkation coming in from Fort Lauderdale. That 1 hour to an hour and a half cab or Uber ride from Fort Lauderdale to Miami is gonna be pricey, and the freeways here are frequently clogged and backed up. And while you can take the Tri-Rail commuter train or the Brightline train to Miami, Fort Lauderdale Airport has no direct rail connections, so you'll still need to take a cab or an Uber to the connecting station, or in the case of Brightline, a complimentary shuttle to the station, ride to Miami, and take yet another cab and Uber to your destination. In other words, not worth it. So if you must fly into Fort Lauderdale for a Miami cruise, stay overnight the day before or come way early, like 6 a.m. early. Fort Lauderdale Airport is also tough to get out of. The traffic congestion around the arrivals area can be bad news, especially on cruise day. Actually, because of cruise day. By contrast, Miami International Airport is a roughly 20 to 25 minute cab or Uber ride to the port area. And when there's bad traffic through downtown, which happens quite a bit, double it. But the airport comes with some infrastructure perks Fort Lauderdale doesn't have. And thank God, because the airport's pretty big, with the 6-lettered concourse terminals built around a horseshoe road. I landed at Terminal D on the north end. This is the American Airlines hub concourse, and it's big. So big, they built an elevated SkyTrain, infrastructure perk #1, to take you across 4 stations to save you the walk. It's over a mile long. Pretty easy to use, with lots of maps and guidance on the platforms. Now, despite being so broad, there's only one main exit for landside baggage claim at D. Here's what it looks like getting out of SkyTrain directly to the exit. Baggage claim is huge as well, which spreads out along a very long walkway. Bottom line, there is a possibility for a hike if your carousel is distant. So don't underestimate the walk if you have mobility issues. Ask for assistance ahead of time through your airline if there's any doubt. Under federal law, airlines are required to provide assistance from the aircraft seat to the baggage claim area and the terminal exit. And, true to Miami ports, you'll find dedicated cruise ship service desks lined up all along the route, with ample seating. Once you get outside baggage claim, it's laid out in orderly fashion. As you exit on level 1, the taxis are along the curb, pretty much their domain. Dispatch is also along the curb. Now heads up for 2026. Miami-Dade removed the flat rate zones, so it's all on the meter now with a $15 minimum. Taxis are generally the pricier option over ride shares. And bear in mind there's a 30% surcharge added for those larger SUVs and vans. Cross the road, and the first median is a section for private pickups and ride shares. These door numbers make it easy for the driver to find you. Cross again, and they give you a second median for rideshare. Pretty generous, but it does get busy. Cross again, and it's the edge of the parking structures and the hotel shuttle pickups. Best practice is to call the hotel and let them know which bus zone you're in. It's a bus zone number this time, I just follow along. But what about doing DIY? If you're getting a rental car or taking public transit to your hotel, you'll want the MIC, Miami Intermodal Center. It's just outside the airport and serves as an overall transit hub for rentals, trains, and buses. Follow the signs from baggage claim up to level 3. Now, good news, you have an MIA mover train that takes you there. Bad news, depending on where you get your bags, it's a hike since the station is located centrally on level 3 between the Flamingo and Dolphin garages. Now, if you're far, you do have these moving sidewalks called Skyride, which takes the edge off. Depending on which terminal you're coming from, way the hell out to get to there, which is just like, okay. That's why the moving sidewalks are here. Anyway, plan for at least a 10 to 15 minute walk from the furthest exit point to the MIA mover station. The train itself is free and takes about another 5 minutes. Now when you exit, you have another 5-minute walk to your first point at the MIC, the huge, in-the-round car rental hall. Seems like everybody's here. With lots of seating in the middle to wait out the process. Now as far as complimentary shuttles to the cruise port after dropping off your car, some offer it, some don't. So when booking ahead for this location, just make sure it's offered. At any rate, you're likely going to pick up your shuttle right here outside, along with the taxis and ride shares. Taking public transit? Just outside the car rental area are the stations for the Metro Rail and, on the ground level, the Tri-Rail and various bus services. Ticket kiosks for both the Metro Rail and Tri-Rail are on the second floor. And if you need help with those or other transit questions, this booth is here to help. Both of these rail options are budget-friendly, but with a catch. Neither rail option goes directly to the port. That's important to note. Same deal with the bus. Megabus is strictly for long-haul travel like Orlando. Metrobus is the local, slow, 79 stops along the way bus that does get you to downtown via Route 7A, but you still need a ride share for that final leg to the port. And the bus does not support luggage, so you're on your own keeping it out of the aisles. All said and done, my two favorite escape options, short of a rental car, is rideshare or your hotel shuttle. Both accommodate luggage pretty easily, and with rideshare, your price is up front rather than on the meter. We found Lyft to be generally cheaper than Uber, so best to have access to both apps to compare prices. And stick around towards the end of the video, where we have a few more airport services that might help with your flight home. By the way, if you're getting good value from this video so far, be sure to like and share with your shipmates. And we now offer memberships with access to some cool extra tools and guides to help plan your next cruise journey. Just click the join button at the bottom of the video for more info. Now let's talk hotels. Although you only have one on-site hotel at the airport, the Miami International Airport Hotel, there are obviously tons of options all over the place. We prefer staying a few days before the cruise. Get a rental car and explore the beaches, the Havana, or the parks. While downtown or Brickell have the close proximity to the port and the attractions, it comes with the requisite high sticker price. Here are some other area breakdowns to compare. Blue Lagoon, Waterford, is south of the airport. Clean, professional, but not very walkable. Miami Springs, northwest of the airport. Small town feel with local diners, but with more dated hotels. Doral, west of the airport, in the heart of the Venezuelan community and the food, but famously bad traffic. And Hialeah, northeast. More budget, also more industrial. Now, all these areas are safe for visitors, but require a rental car or car hire to get around to the various sites further east. The hotel I stayed at, the Candlewood Suites Miami Airport Hotel, was a great option for me. Very helpful staff, and huge rooms. And a paid shuttle to the cruise port. You may want to see if other hotels offer the same. And of course, a free shuttle from the airport. If this property looks interesting to you, see our link in the description for booking info. Okay, it's cruise day. When you get your ride to Port Miami, you can't just ask to go there without a specific terminal in mind. It's too massive. Over the bridge from downtown on the man-made Dodge Island, which is about 2 miles long and hosts 11, count them, 11 specially built terminals. As you can see, the terminals are designated by letters. But even though terminals are designed for particular cruise lines, like Virgin or NCL, they sometimes host other lines when the port needs to. So always double check which terminal your ship is assigned to. You'll need that so the driver knows the best way to get there, and it's not always obvious. Make a mistake, and you got a long ride ahead to correct it. So for extra peace of mind, check the Port Miami Daily Dock Report to confirm your terminal. See the link in our description. Choose your dates, click Cruise, then Submit, and the system will spit out the dockets for each ship that day, with the terminal clearly marked. Parking? There's plenty, with almost all terminals having their own dedicated parking structures. Per day charges, as of recording, range from $22 to $35 per day for the signature garages at A and AA. As of 2026, Terminal A, Royal Caribbean, is still the only one that consistently lets you pre-reserve a spot online. Otherwise, it's first come, first serve. And if you find yourself at a distant lot away from your ship, there are free shuttles that circulate. So we experienced our embarkation with Virgin, which is quite a different experience from any other cruise line.
Oh, so they even have a special place to drop off the VIP. Wow.
All terminals will have the standard drop-off point where a porter will take your tag luggage. Now here you have to board at a designated time. They're pretty strict about it, so if you're early, you stand in your timeline. The inside was boutique Euro elegant. Outdoor seating with a great view of the city skyline. Quick and easy check-in. And check out the pre-board waiting area. Power outlets and USB, of course. And they offer a prepay bar tab, which is very different from most cruise lines. And for many sailors, Virgin calls their cruisers sailors, it's a decent deal. And great bathrooms. The timed entry rules keep these areas mellow and free from a huge crowd surge. Very impressive.
Ahoy sailors! Welcome aboard!
Getting out was also smooth and surprisingly low-key. I mean, where were the crowds? They had a late 10 a.m. deadline, with taxis and rideshare areas just outside. Now, if you need to hurry and take the taxi to the airport, be sure to get the correct size car. It was just the two of us, but the dispatcher directed us to the next available taxi in line, which was a bigger van. And we wound up paying a 30% large vehicle surcharge, even though we didn't need the space. If you have enough time, stick with rideshare to save some money. And as promised, there's 2 more services at the airport of note as you're flying out. This Communitel baggage storage service is the only one available, with 2 desks, Central Terminal E and South Terminal H, both on Level 2 pre-security. Useful if you fly in way early or fly out late and want to explore the city a little without dragging your bags around. And before the flight home, airside pass security is a recent addition, wait and rest locations. They are small private sleeping rooms. Now just a heads up, they are a premium perk. You usually have to book a minimum of 4 hours, which runs about $160 to $200. Check out the link in the description for more info. Despite the size, Port Miami is actually pretty manageable as long as you have the right port information and some preparation on how to get there. For more information on the ports we cover, check out our website at portlowdown.com and keep those comments and questions coming. Happy cruising from the epic port of Miami.